that are perplexing about this girl found among wolves. Naked on a ledge in a cave, 9 years old and savage. Minutes later, in sunlight, wrapped in a guardsman's tunic, 19 and strangely graceful. Fresh from purifying scented baths. A faint breath from her hair of wet animal pelt. Seemingly untutored, but with the knowledge of many obscure matters, customs, names. Herself nameless.
But we must have a name for you.
I suppose I had names before, but I don't remember.
My Highness, would you give her a name?
Nothing presents itself to my mind.
You, Lady Shonagon?
We know so little about her. Perhaps if a priest were to interview her? Or the nuns?
Nuns just call me girl.
A nunnery, I'm sure, is not the place for her.
No.
Uzume.
Uzume?
May I be called Uzume, Your Majesty?
Why?
I don't know, it just presented itself to my mind.
Hear how quickly she learns our ways, our manner of speaking.
I do.
You have no memory of human parents?
None, Your Majesty.
What is your earliest memory?
Mine is of being held aloft by my father, I suppose, or maybe a priest. And below me were thousands of my people, all smiling, all bathed in sunlight, my own face bathed in sunlight.
A day of glory, my Highness.
I remember my face was tight and twitching.
And you, Uzume?
I don't know if I was trying to laugh or scream.
My Highness.
Digging for roots. That's the first thing. 2 of the cubs are with me, also digging.
You ate roots with wolves?
No, Your Majesty. It was play. We were racing each other who could dig up the most quickly.
His Majesty believes Uzume may be a legend come alive among us.
Well, as I told her myself, Your Majesty, she is an astonishing girl.
Yukinari will be a help to us.
A wise notion.
He knows a great deal about wolves.
And of human nature.
The lieutenant did say, Your Majesty, that a human baby left with wolves would simply die.
He must abandon all presupposition. He will investigate this prodigy with an open mind.
That is always the lieutenant's way.
May I say one thing more, Your Majesty, about the lieutenant?
Of course.
There have been terrible forest fires to the north and the east.
Yes, which drove wolves and other beasts down from the hills, almost into the city.
There has been panic among the peasants, even riots, looting. The lieutenant has been ordered to take his men and maintain order.
Peasants have battled fires for centuries. There were fires centuries before there was even such a thing as a policeman. And if the people are now too weak and stupid to protect themselves, there are many other policemen. Yukinari stays here.
In the green summer woodland, a red leaf is falling. It falls on the sleeve of my love.
Prodigy indeed.
His green sleeve it reddens, like autumn is scarlet. The sleeve of my love is in flame. Soon all the woodland will flame.
I was right about the forest fires. That's what brought the wolves out of the hills. They didn't come here looking for some strange girl.
Her name is Uzume. Well, she asked us to call her that.
And His Majesty is still, what's the word, fascinated?
The Empress knew the name right away, I think. It took me a while.
Uzume?
Long ago, Amaterasu, the sun goddess, deserted the world. She went into a cave and stayed there, so the entire world was in darkness. Another goddess, naked and mad, performed an obscene dance. She made all the gods, all the people, laugh. When Amaterasu demanded to know what all the noise was about, the people said they now had a new and better goddess. So, Amaterasu came out of the cave. The obscene and mischievous goddess who tricked the sun, her name was Uzume.
And you think she chose that name because of the story? Why?
She says the name just came to her mind.
Well then.
She is not ignorant. She knew the sun goddess's name.
We can be sure the wolves didn't tell her. She lived for a while with nuns.
We can be sure the nuns didn't teach her a lady's love song.
Shonagon. Lady Shonagon, I am ready for another lesson.
Here is a lesson. Do not enter a room so abruptly.
I'm sorry. Hello, Yukinari.
Lieutenant.
Hello, Lieutenant.
Hello, Uzume.
Should that be Lady Uzume?
No, it should not.
So much to learn.
Well, I have duties to take care of. Good day, Lady Shonagon. Uzume.
You mustn't go too far. His Majesty says one of your duties is to help explain me.
Good day, Lieutenant.
Do you think he is handsome?
My only interest in the looks of a policeman is that he is properly dressed.
I think he's handsome. A bit rough, maybe. Not a palace gentleman. I've seen a few of them since I got here, all titivated and preening.
More surprising words from you, and disrespectful.
Sorry. But I am glad it was the rough one here in your room, Lady Shonagon.
This is a meeting room. It is not mine. You were a long time with Her Majesty.
Questions, questions, questions about wolves and caves and ladies and gardens. That is how I learned the song. I was in a tree outside a garden and this lady was singing.
You listen, you learn.
I do. The Empress asks me if I go naked all the time. No, Your Majesty, just when I feel like it. Times I felt different. I stole clothes, and I stole food, and I stole sake, and I stole knives and pots and cups and rugs and a fan. Just like this one here. I have a goblet quite like this one as well.
You were a thief then?
A good one. There's a cave, not much deeper in than Yukinari and His Majesty went, and it's just as dry and nice and well laid out as this room of yours. This meeting room.
What else did you tell the Empress about your life?
His Majesty did most of the asking. The Empress didn't say much, mainly just watched and listened.
Her Majesty is observant and wise.
She'll be talking now, I'm sure. She'll be telling the Emperor what she saw and heard and what she thinks. She'll be explaining me. She'll be saying, can a wolf girl learn to sing like a lady just by hiding in a tree on the other side of a garden wall?
But you did.
She'll be saying, My Highness, these are stories, My Highness, of a deceitful girl.
Be careful how you speak of Her Majesty. Very careful.
I am not disrespectful. I respect Her Majesty very much. I agree with you, she is observant and wise. She's right to be wary of my stories. I am wary of them myself. My memory's a jumble. It's all bits and pieces and stories I've heard and ones I've maybe made up and real things and gaps and... This mirror.
What about it? Maybe you have one just like it in your nice dry cave.
No, I don't have a mirror at home.
But you remember one? Were you hiding in a tree, peeking in a lady's window?
I see it close up, or... Oh, that's how I remember. How I see it. I'm seeing it now.
What else do you remember? Are you all right?
It's not me in the glass. It's Her Majesty.
In the story, when the goddess Amaterasu was tricked out of the cave, the first thing she saw was a mirror hanging from a tree. So the first thing she saw was her own reflection.
And what does this mean, My Highness?
I've never been sure. Was it vanity that drew her out? A mere reflection, a trick, to reveal her own vanity.
In the old stories, the gods can be very human.
The goddess who tricked Amaterasu out of the cave was called Amana Uzume.
Uzume? You think the girl took that name because of the story?
If not, then why?
She told us. It just came to her mind.
As did the words and melody of a love song I've heard my own lady sing. She speaks sometimes like a lady's daughter. She was not educated by wolves.
No, Yukinari is right. A mere baby would die among wolves, but she must have joined them when she was still young, the childhood memories.
My Highness, what is it you see in this girl?
I don't know.
Mystery.
Yes. and maybe some kind of strange miracle, but real.
For some time now, I've been aware of restlessness in you. Distractedness. Dissatisfaction.
You remember I spoke of the day I was presented to the people?
The day of glory.
Glory bestowed on me.
As I was bestowed on you. By my family.
And mine.
Our families.
Yes, family and glory bestowed. I was held aloft by my father, or a priest, touched by the goddess. My father's hands, the hands of a priest, the touch of the goddess. What of these? Teishi, my own hands. What is wrong?
You called me Teishi.
It is your name.
Yes, Ichijo. So it is. But it's been so long since... So, you would touch glory with your own hands.
Perhaps. Touch something. Something not bestowed on me by priest or inheritance. Mine. And real.
Real mystery. Real miracle.
I'm sorry, Teishi. It's true. I have been distracted, and I know what I'm trying to say is... No, Teishi, you cannot think I'd touch that girl. What, take her as my consort? It would be like taking an animal to my bed.
A very clever animal.
She repels me, disturbs me. I feel a kind of dread sometimes, that gaze of hers.
And yet you keep her here.
To try to understand. That is all, Teishi.
Earthquake?
It is mild. It will pass. Listen.
They sense earthquake and fire and storm. Change.
It is like music, and not bestowed by a teacher. That music is born in them.
Earthquake, fire, storm, change. The notes of the music of wolves. Music born in them as our intelligence, cunning, and the humour to smile at human fools.